Hey everyone, Livy here, back with another video. First off, I'm going to apologize about my voice in advance. It's still kind of fucked up, to be honest. I don't know what's going on. I'm at that point where I'm like, are my vocal cords going to be just permanently damaged forever? I don't know. But anyways, today I'm excited about this VR. This is a VR to Sharon over at Trio of Witches Tarot. She did a video a little bit ago about all her tarot decks that had mermaids in them. And oh my goodness, I was so excited. I love mermaids. Yes, I did have a mermaid phase when I was a kid. Don't at me. That's, basically the title of this video. I loved mermaids, probably because I've talked about this before, but I have a lot of fire and water in my chart. So I just always loved the ocean. I always loved water. I always loved the idea of mermaids. Every time when I was little, I used to go to the pool with my sister and my cousins, and we would play mermaids. Like, we would pretend we were mermaids in the pool. So it's a whole thing, right? I had a phase. So now I get to show you all my cards that have mermaids in them. Now, this is actually more cards than I expected. Like, look. Can you believe there was this many mermaids in my tarot decks? I'm also going to show this, but at the end. So let's try to get into it. I also am eating a cough drop through this because I'm trying to get my voice a little better. So bear with me if it sounds a little gargly at moments. Sorry. So now this one is pretty obvious. This is the Stunning Tarot. This is the second edition of the Stunning Tarot when it was in this like cool bridge, playing card, whatever size. This tarot, if you don't know, has a lot of bright colors. Each suit in the deck has a different theme. But the swords in this deck are mermaids. So we have like warrior mermaid, right? Really intense looking mermaid. She gives me very vague Lady of the Lake, Nimue, that kind of vibe. She's just relaxing, enjoying her time, her experience. Also another kind of warrior mermaid. This one is pregnant, which is interesting. I never thought of that. Like, how would she have gotten pregnant? I don't know. I don't know how mermaid physics would work on that. I really don't. This one. What's interesting, I feel like this is almost the same mermaid. And maybe she lost her baby. That's really sad, but, that's what I think is going on with this deck. I have no clue. Mermaid on land. Not feeling it. She's not vibing. This one, obviously, met very bad ends. And then there's this one. So in the Stunning Tarot, as you can see, plenty of mermaids. I kind of don't like that it's in red, though. It would have been really interesting to have seen them more in those blues or, I don't know, something else. But the Stunning Tarot is an interesting deck in general. Next up. Do you believe, I didn't know this. I didn't realize this until I was looking at the deck because I looked through all of my decks to do this, right? The Paulina Tarot actually has 4 mermaids in it. I was like, what? I guess I never paid attention close enough to notice that there were mermaids in this deck, but there are. Well, this one's kind of like the honorable mention. It's not technically a mermaid. I forget what this is called, but in Greek mythology, there's kind of a mention of like horses that have like, mermaid-like tails and live in the water and stuff. I forget what they're called now. Someone who's probably have been studying more recently could probably tell you what the name of that thing is, but I've seen this imagery before, so I thought that was cool. Horse mermaid. Show that off. Obviously, the world card, she is a mermaid. The colors in this are just stunning in general. But I like her. There's also, I didn't even realize, but look, the world. She's a very different mermaid, though. She's not like as traditional, but look at her. She is a mermaid. That was cool to see. I didn't realize at first. And then, last, there's two of them. Six of Cups. There's like Baby Mermaid and the mom. I thought they were cute. I was like, oh, wow, I never noticed. Which is kind of what's cool about this tag, too, by the way, is that you kind of get to see that a lot of artists really like adding mermaids to their decks. It's kind of cool. It's more than I thought I would find, you know. Now, this one should be obvious. Well, I mean, there's only two, but it should have been obvious. The Ocean Tarot by Taylor Holquist Todd. Or Taylor Bryn Holquist Todd. I don't remember. Sorry. The Ocean Tarot. I mean, mostly this deck is about aquatic animals depicted, but there are actually two mermaids. So there's the World card that has a mermaid. And the Queen of Cups is also a mermaid, which I feel like is very fitting, you know, for that otherworldly energy that the Queen has that kind of like harkens back to, for me, I don't know why the Queen of Cups for me is always tied to the High Priestess, but it kind of is. Kind of gives off that same energy. So it makes sense that there would be two mermaids in this deck. And I also just realized, I think these, I don't know, maybe it's the way, give me a second. Yeah, I had it like slightly positioned more far away, but I feel like, there you go, you guys can see these mermaids now. So these are from the Ocean Tarot, only two, but there's mermaids. Now, this one should have also been obvious to anyone, right? The Tempest Tarot. I forget her name, but this deck is sold on Etsy. Tempest Tarot. It's about pirates. It's about nautical themes. It's the ocean, stuff like that. Obviously, there were going to be mermaids, and there's quite a bit. First one is this one. She's a very cute one. Now, the only thing I have a problem with this deck is, like, it's not, I've talked about this before. I hate all the white space in this deck. So I really wish she was, like, colored because mermaids have, like, the coolest scales and things, but nope. But there she is. Now, this one, you could barely see. This is a Seven of Cups. Look at, though. I'm going to zoom in really close. She's right there. You almost would have missed her, but she's there. There's the Little Mermaid. Literally. Literally the Little Mermaid. Okay. There's also the Page of Pentacles, which is a mermaid. She looks very savvy. Again, kind of wish she had more color to her. At least her tail is colored this time, but this is like so, I don't know. You know, so bland. Could be more. Mermaids, you got to add color, you know. Same with her. I mean, at least her tail is colored in the Page of Swords, but come on. Come on, you know? Like, why? Why? Why does she not have more color to her? And I think I just realized, are all the pages in this deck mermaids? Let me find out, because I have like 3 more cards I found mermaids. Yep, Page of Cups. Okay, so they're all mermaids. All the pages in this deck are mermaids. I guess I didn't make that connection. Her tail is obviously colored again, but again, wish she actually was. Like, what the hell, you know? Still pretty of a card. Like, it's not like it's bad art. It's just, why didn't you color it all? I don't know. Frustrates me. Frustrates me. Especially these lovers. Like, look at how beautiful the water is. And then you just have them. Like, this definitely gives me the Little Mermaid vibes. For sure. But this could have been a moment to like show some of that like beauty and color, and it just wasn't done. Frustrating. But finally, the last mermaid. It's not obvious, but you get the idea. Like, you can tell that this high priestess is a mermaid in this deck. Now, this card is, again, beautiful. Like, I love the color here. Again, why wasn't that done here? I really don't know. Really, really do not know. But it's sad. But it's cool. I've almost thought with this deck of, like, coloring it myself. I know that would, like, fuck it up. And then I would never be able to resell this deck. So I'm just, like, at a dilemma what to do with this. But I want more color. I want more to it. I might just need to think of something. Or hope that the creator ever comes out with second edition that's just not, you know, that's fully colored. Okay, next up. If you weren't looking closely, you might not have known that a Nicoletta Ciccoli actually has 2 mermaids. I have the mini. That's why my deck is small. It's also edged in the red. So there's exactly two mermaids in this deck. The first is the 4 Cups, where she's kind of like in her own world and she's like pouting and just thinking about life and staring off into space. And then you have these just gals being pals kind of thing, where there's a bunch of mermaids just hanging around, jumping up in the air, living their best life, you know, being the girls. So 2 mermaids, at least 2, which I feel like is pretty good. Definitely compared to the next 2 decks. I'll just leave these here so you guys can see, because this is the White Newman, only has 1. You don't even see the tail, but you know she's like a mer person, obviously, by like her ears and stuff. Or not ears. What is that? Gills? No, frills? Yeah, frills. White Newman at least has 1, though. I feel like this is a deck that you would have thought there would be more mermaids, but there isn't. And then, of course, in the Starseeker Tarot, which, again, I have the Pocket Edition, there is at least 1 mermaid. And I love her, though, because she's great. Or, she's beauty, she's grace. She's got the stars around her face. It's great. She's the Cosmic Mermaid. Loving that vibe. So, again, these ones are like less mermaids, but I was surprised to even find these ones, you know. Then, I was actually surprised by how many were in this deck. I didn't remember at first, and then I was like, oh shit, yes, it does. It actually has this many. The Edmund Duloc Tarot, a low Scarabeo deck. Edmund Duloc actually has 4 mermaids. Like this one, oh man, he is something. He's going to be me in like 50, not 50, sorry. He's going to be me in like at least 30 years from now. I'm going to be him, just living in the ocean with these freaking fish underwater, looking decrepit. I got coral in my hair. Hair is flowing wild, but you can't even tell. Like, love it. Loving this old, this old man mermaid. Definitely a different vibe, you know? Now, I'm pretty sure, see, because you can tell from that, I'm pretty sure she's a mermaid. This is the 2 of Cups in this deck. But yeah, they're just like in their deep embrace. But it's almost dark-crossed, huh? Because she's a mermaid trapped in the water. But they're together, at least in this moment. So that's nice. This mermaid, again, very traditional, but she's like, it looks like she's treasure hunting or something. She's trying to grab something. And this is this 12? This is the Hangman? Oh, okay. I kind of get why this would be. This is a definitely interesting Hangman, though, right? Because she's searching below for knowledge instead of having to go upside down to find a thing that she seeks. That's really interesting. But I do like her. Again, very more traditional mermaid. And finally, now this one, what is this? Oh, this is the Eight of Swords. It's kind of an interesting Eight of Swords, huh? Because he's like trapped. Oh shit, I didn't even notice. Sorry, I'm like, there is literally coral growing out of his hand. What the hell? His eyes staring off into space. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's a trapping of your own. But then these mermaids are just looking at him like, oh shit, what the fuck? But they're not really doing anything to help him. But yeah, they're there. They're hanging out. They're looking at this creepy guy in the ocean. Um, oh, yeah. The mermaids of the Edmund Duloc. They're really beautifully depicted, though, of course, because Edmund Duloc's art is just everything. But next up, actually, I'll do this deck first. Okay. Tarot Divine has 3 mermaids exactly. There's these people, which you can't see their tails, but you get the sense. And the story talks about it too. They're like people of the sea, and the Ten of Cups. Look at this baby, so cute. They're coming for the birth. She is stunning. She is beautiful. I love the colors here for this Queen of Cups. What a beautiful mermaid. Like, look at her. So good. Love it. And then, of course, everyone's favorite, the Little Mermaid. Oh, it's such a different depiction of her, but it's so beautiful, right? I really like it. This deck, I mean, the colors in this deck are everything. They're my aesthetic. I love different shades of red and blue combined together. A lot of this deck has that in it. I'm obsessed. But these mermaids especially are really, really good. Even though there's only 3 cards in the whole deck that have them. I love it. Love, 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 love. Love, 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 love the mermaids of the Tarot Divine. And this deck, I don't remember if Sharon had this one. I don't think BB did. When she did her VR to it. But in the Shadowscapes Tarot, there are actually 5 mermaids, and I didn't realize that at first. I knew there was at least 1, but I didn't realize there was like 5 of them. Again, I guess I wasn't looking closely. Like, this is one of the ones I remembered, though. The 9 of Cups is a male mermaid. Merman. Yeah, I guess. Beautiful. I love how dramatic and dark the tail is compared to like the colors going on here. But just content in that school. The 3 of Cups, gal pals, again, being mermaid buddies together. They're really pretty and elegant, though. And you can see it's almost like, I never noticed that at first until now. You know that shape? I forget what it's called. It's very esoteric. That shape that's in the 2 of Cups normally, where it's like the snakes binding together. What is that called? I wish I knew the terminology a little better. But it's almost like that, except for the 3rd person in there. I just noticed that shape. That is so interesting. Oops. Next mermaid is the Page of Cups. Another Page of Cups. That's a mermaid. That's really interesting. She is elegant, though. I really like her outfit. She's even got like a little tattoo. I love the colors in this also. It's just very beautiful. It almost looks like she's like scrying and it's like pools of light or something. I don't know. It's really cool. Love this mermaid. Love it. And then this is the one I very much remembered was a mermaid. Is in the 8 of Cups. She's like literally leaving her cups behind to go into deeper waters. It's a really beautiful card. And like her tail is just so long and a lot of goodness. I love these mermaids. Sorry, I'm obsessed. And the last mermaid, I kind of like that this mermaid, by the way, for some reason for me, this mermaid's giving very gender neutral, non-binary vibes, and I'm loving it. But this mer person is just sad. They're looking in the water, reflecting on life, those moody feels of the Four of Cups. But I really like it. These fairies or pixies and stuff are cute though too. So in the Shadowscape, there's 5. Now, almost done here. I am, okay? There weren't, like I said, there weren't that many mermaids as I wish, but there's enough of them. This last deck is kind of cheating, but everyone should expect this. This is a Seaborn Kipper, and this deck is all about mer people, right? Genderqueer mer people. Not all the cards are. I mean, they are, though. Hope, Great Water. See? Mer person. Mer people. Beautiful. Another one. Most of this deck is mermaids, so this is kind of cheating. But I'll even put cards that aren't here. By the way, those who are wondering, I've barely started dipping my toes into studying this deck. This is Kipper system, so it's a very different system. And even I'm kind of just using the little white book it comes with as my study guide for now. Because even the creators are kind of like, yeah, there's not really that many books online. Or there's not, let me fix my words. There's not that many books, at least in English, that teach you Kipper, per se. So a lot of it is kind of like stuff I'm going to have to figure out myself. And I'm just trying to decide when is the time. But what I have learned about Kipper so far, which is really interesting to me. Oh my God, look at this. Look at how dramatic and sad life is for them. Jesus. This is like the scariest of all the mermaids so far. What the hell? Sorry. Yeah, most of these mer people, by the way, are genderqueer. So love it. Gotta love them. Anyways. What I've learned about Kipper so far that I find really interesting is that this system seems to be, I mean, you don't have to do this. Like the Little White Book even talks about it. You don't have to do this, but this system is definitely more for looking into the future of things and looking at the past. So this is more to help you with like more immediate situations that are starting to affect you now and you're worried about going into the future. Does that make sense? So like, what's it called? That's why I guess I'm having a hard time deciding when I'll even do my first Kipper reading for myself, because you have to think, you have to have a question in mind for this. This is very specific, right? Like official matters, right? Or even short illness, right? This poor mer person, like just not doing great, probably has a cold or my stupid throat right now, It's definitely more about like, trying to find a solution to a problem is what vibes it's kind of giving me or telling me like through the book. Oh, this marriage card is so beautiful. Stop. I'm just obsessed with the art in this deck in general. Like the high honors, this is so good. Anyways, because of that, I still haven't decided to fully dive in with, wow, this child is slightly terrifying. Sorry, I had to like, I don't know if I ever noticed that. That's why I haven't dived officially in, but I want to. It's just figuring out the right questions to do this kind of reading is what I would need. But it is a system I want to learn because I think Kipper could be really interesting and helpful for people who want immediate answers kind of to things, you know. But yeah, this whole deck is mermaid, so it wins. Out of all of them, it wins. They're all mermaids or almost. But anyways, if you've taken the time to watch this, thank you. If you also love mermaids, please show me your mermaid cards. I know there's other decks that have mermaids in them that are like more abundantly clear. I just don't own those decks because again, well, sometimes I miss decks, but other decks I'm aware of them. I'm just picky. So I don't own them because I don't like the art. But right, artwork is subjective. Anyways, for that, thank you for watching, and I will see you all again next time. Bye.